Like to thank everybody for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about leveraging your assets to make more charitable gifts. I think it's one of those, we don't have an unlimited amount of assets that our clients have access to. It's a finite amount of money, of assets. And as we look at our clients' goals, we have to help them prioritize what they're doing to make sure that they accomplish their goals in the way that is meaningful for them. When I look at our clients and their assets, I like thinking of having this money and moving it into buckets. To me, I'm visual, and if I see that, in buckets, I can really understand how we want to use that money. If I look at the first bucket, and we can define these any which way we want, but for me, it's the first bucket is the money that we need to take care of you, to take care of your client. And that's might be to take care of them today, them, their family, their business. But what is it that they need to feel comfortable today? If you look at that next bucket, it's how much do they need for retirement? How much do we need to be putting away for the future? And if you think about this as it's not only retirement income, but we also know that there's long-term care needs, medical needs. What does that bucket look like, and how big of a bucket do they need to have? If I look at the pull between these two buckets, and I see a lot of material, a lot of advisors, everything online. Fund your retirement, put away for retirement, save for tomorrow. Well, that's okay, but you do have to live today. And so getting the proper balance here is understanding what assets we have and how best to fill these buckets to accomplish our clients' goals. Now, if you look at this and we've got these first two buckets taken care of, that third bucket, I honestly is self-identifying. Whatever's left, whatever's not in bucket one or bucket two, is going to end up in bucket three. We're going to give that away to others. And when you define others, that might be giving it to the family. That might be, giving it to charity. But that is money, that is assets that is going to go somewhere else because our client's saying, I don't need it in bucket one. I don't need it in bucket two. So how are we going to give that away to somebody else? Now, if you think about this and we have those buckets in mind, can we reposition those assets to increase the gifts that we're passing on to the others, to our family and charities? And if you think about that, if I can leverage and give more, that's another way to accomplish our clients' goals because it's going to help them better utilize all three buckets. So as you start looking at that, I like life insurance as this leverage tool. I think this is one of those areas that it really can solve a lot of things. So if you look at our clients, assets, and when I look at this, I've got CDs, savings, investment income, those types of assets. One of the questions I like to ask is, are those assets underperforming? Now, underperforming sometimes I think is a little bit of, a cop out because some of those assets we might want in a safe environment. We might, I've got clients that, have significant wealth, but they want a large balance in their checking account. Not that it's going to get a good return, but it helps them sleep at night. So whatever, if we look at those assets, are they underperforming for the goals that they're supposed to accomplish? If there's some of those that are underperforming, then can we take some of that and reposition it into life insurance? Now, when we look at this life insurance, and the thought most people go to is, oh, that's just for somebody else. That I'm filling, that bucket of money here to give in bucket three to somebody else. But if you think about it, life insurance today, number one, we can build it for cash value. And I love the cash value because it's that what if bucket. What if I need it? What if I need it for retirement? What if I need it to get to retirement? You go back to 2008, and I remember 2008, it was just a scramble for cash. And I saw businesses that struggled because they were living off their line of credit. And then I saw a lot of other, people that, thought they were saving, but they weren't saving. They were putting it into their 401k. 2008 happened and they can't access their money. So having this cash value growth, having that cash value bucket, might be there for today. It might be there for retirement. There again, what if? The other thing I like about life insurance in today's world, you know, as we're getting these policies, a lot of these policies have chronic illness riders, or they can have a long-term care rider. There again, think about that retirement bucket. Have our clients put enough away to be able to, take care of that long-term care requirement that they might need in their retirement years. So there again, this might be, we might be thinking of this as a bucket 3 leverage tool, but it also is the what if for today and for retirement for our client to make sure that their goals are met. Finally, our clients pass away. And this is where we can get that leverage to both the family and the charity. Think about that death benefit. They've repositioned, let's just say it's a savings account. They've repositioned this now into a life insurance policy. Now, maybe that 100,000 of savings becomes $1 million of death benefit. Well, now it's how do they divide that death benefit up? If I look at this and they were going to pass on 100,000 to their kids, and that was the goal of that savings account. Now we can say, by the way, that 100,000 now is $1 million of tax-free death benefit. Would you like to carve off some of that to a charity? What charities are you trying to pass? Are you connected to? Who would you like to benefit? I think a lot of clients, given this alternative, given these options, now they look at it and it's like, yes, I would love to give both to my family and charity. And maybe they give more to charity, more to their family, but that leverage effect at least gives them the option to decide, can I give more to charity by reallocating these assets into a life insurance death benefit? There again, as you think about this, is it worth repositioning your assets? I think to answer this question, you have to identify the buckets of money. You have to identify how you're allocating the buckets of money, and then look and see if leveraging those assets will benefit you, benefit your family, and benefit the charities that you're connected to. So it just gives you the opportunity to work with your clients and see, can we do better? And working with our clients, we want to give them options, and many clients, given the option, yeah, they would love to do more for a charity. They would love to do more for their family. They just may not know how, or may not think that they can get there, and just giving them the options may help them. So as you're working with your client, it comes back to this. We've got a finite amount of money here. We've got a finite amount of assets to work with. Our responsibility as advisors is understand your client's goals. What are we trying to help them accomplish? And now, as you're putting this puzzle together for your clients, give them the options to be able to do better. And given the options, I think our clients can do better. It's just up to us to do that, and to help our clients get to that point. So I appreciate everybody getting on. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. And if not, we'll talk again next week. Thank you.